Hi, welcome. Come on in. I'm so glad you're interested in the Gebbie Group. My name is Bei Chen, and I'm here to show you our office space. So as you can see, we have all of the amenities that we might need throughout the day, and we have plenty of space to spread out as well. And right now, it's really just the 3 grad students, but as we add more students to our group, we'll have lots of room for everyone to be and collaborate. But I'm sure you're probably more interested in our research. So let's talk a little bit more about what we do. Here in the Gebbie Lab, we apply techniques from many diverse fields, including electrochemistry, catalysis, energy storage, and soft materials, to answer fundamental questions that promise to progress knowledge of energy, interfaces, and sustainability. Our lab is entering our 2nd year of research here at the University of Wisconsin, and we are currently pursuing 3 research directions. The first direction is the study of ionic structuring at charged interfaces using nanoscale force measurements. This direction fits in with our aim to understand how ion structuring dictates energy storage at interfaces. The second direction is the study of nanoscale ion transport processes in electrolytes. Here, we aim to understand how unique materials can provide efficient and selective transport of ions for a new generation of energy storage devices. Our third direction is the study of ionic liquid-based electrocatalysis for sustainable synthesis of valuable commodities. Here we hope to understand how detrimental carbon dioxide can be turned into a valuable resource to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, leading to a more sustainable chemical production industry. And with that, you're probably curious about what our lab is like. Let's hand it over to Jack to give us a tour of the lab space.
Welcome to Gebbie Lab. My name's Jack, I'm another 2nd year in the group, and I'm going to be showing you around the lab. One of the nice parts about being in a new group is the new lab space and the continual influx of new equipment. On your left, there's a laser lab that we're currently setting up and continuing to move into. We have a lot of great plans for the equipment that's going to be in there, and real excited for those experiments. One of the nice things about our lab and being a new group is that we can continue to move into all of this new space. That means that I can pursue interests specific to me, but also match with the overarching lab goals. Further, the lab space is really open, which has allowed us to form a better sense of community, even in COVID times, because even if I'm over here and someone else is 6 feet away, I can still see them and talk to them. Further, the best part of the lab is the windows. The windows allow me to kind of look outside and understand what's going on for the rest of the day and enjoy more of working in here. Now let's go talk to Ryan, and he's going to show you more of active equipment that's in use.
Thanks, Jack. Hi, I'm Ryan Cashin, another 2nd year student here in the Gebbie Lab. Welcome to 2106A, a subset of one of the 3 larger spaces that we have the opportunity to pursue exciting research in. Here, you see our optical microscopy setups, one of the new and exciting pieces of equipment that we use to study energy storage devices and interfacial sciences. We have the microscope placed on the floating optical table to ensure sensitive measurements without vibrations. This is important since we are looking to study mechanisms of nanoscale ion transport. The intersection of spectroscopic methods, optical microscopy, microfluidics, and electrochemistry make us a unique lab for studying how charged species move in energy storage devices. As part of the new lab, we are constantly building and designing new equipment. This optical microscopy setup will soon be modified to enable sensitive nanoscale measurements of the structuring that occurs at charged interfaces. This has dramatic implications on how energy storage devices are designed. On that note, let's check out the rest of the side lab. Here you can see we have plenty of room for expanding beyond what we already have in the main lab. As an example of what it might be like to work in a new group, here's a laminar flow hood that we had installed just yesterday. Over here, you can see we have a 3D printer, which we use to design custom parts for generic lab use. And over here, we have a spectrometer inside of a box that is going to be installed as part of our surface forces measurements. That's all for this room, so let's check in on Jack and see how he's doing.
Hi again, this is our glove box. Because of the hygroscopic nature of the materials we work with, we need to keep them under an inert atmosphere so that we know that we're analyzing the material and not a mixture of water in that material. We've run a potentiostat into the glove box, which is the piece of equipment that I use the most. Right now, I'm using capacitance as a way of analyzing the surface structure of ionic liquids so that we have a better understanding of how they behave at high voltage biases. We are using this fundamental understanding to give us a better idea of how we can use ionic liquids as electrolytes and energy storage devices. Now let's check over with Bei-Chen at the fume hoods and talk about electric catalysis.
Thanks, Jack. As Jack said, I work primarily in the electrocatalysis area of our group's research. That means I study the electrocatalytic behavior of our ionic liquids. Now, ultimately, our goal is to study and improve on sustainable electrocatalysis. So, for instance, my project is on carbon dioxide electroreduction, but we can easily expand this out to a whole wider range of electrochemical reactions. And also, like Jack, most of my work is done with a potentiostat. And so this allows me to essentially control what goes on in my electrochemical cell. And in keeping with the spirit of setting up new equipment, I'm currently working on setting up this gas chromatograph, which will allow me to analyze the products that come out of our electrochemical cell. And finally, most of our ionic liquids can be bought commercially, but we are also trying our hands at some different kinds of synthesis methods. So that's a brief summary of what we do at the Gebbie Group. Let's check back in with Ryan at the office.
Thank you, Bei-Chen. Welcome back to the office. Before we go, I'd like to share a little bit more about our group. Our group includes 3 graduate students and 5 undergraduate students who work together in a collaborative research environment that facilitates growth both as an individual and as a team member. As a new lab, we enable students to pursue research directions that match both individual interests and our larger group goals. We hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about the Gebbie Group today. We know you have a big and difficult decision ahead of you, but we want to make sure that you have all the information that you need to make the decision that is best for you. So, if you're curious to learn more about the Gebbie Research Group, or what it's like to even live in Madison, feel free to check out our lab website, our group Twitter, or contact us directly. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your difficult decisions ahead of you.